Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm finally releasing a new video, but this one's going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. This one is me giving you an update on what I've been doing the last couple of weeks since I've been out of surgery. And an update on my surgery, as you can see, these are kind of falling off, and they're supposed to naturally dissolve, I guess, or I don't know, whatever. I'm not really too concerned about it, but yeah, I had lateral epicondylitis and cubital tunnel, so they had to go and cut me in both of these spots and fix me. Not entirely sure what that involves, but yeah, so I can barely move my arm. I'm in physical therapy and stuff. So when I'm done with this one, I'm actually probably going to end up playing a game. See if I can do it. I know if I'm going to do like jumps, like, whoa, scare. Ooh, see, even like that hurt. If I jump and I move my arm, it's going to hurt, but let's see if I can do it. But on to my update. So the first day out of surgery, I kept thinking to myself, what can I do to take my time? I'm going to be out of work for 8 weeks. And if you guys don't know, which I don't think I've ever said this, I'm actually an aviation mechanic. I work on Falcons, which is just like a private jet. So this is way out of my territory. I have no idea what I'm doing. But let me get to it. I thought I'd make a video game. So a little backstory to that. A couple of years ago, me and a friend slash coworker, huge disc golf buddy. I used to eat, sleep, and breathe disc golf. But anyways, a coworker and buddy and I were trying to develop a game, which we didn't get very far. We were just learning the basics of Unreal Engine, learning map creation. He was doing the coding side of things, trying to learn that. I was doing the map creation and the story. So we didn't get very far, but we kind of put a halt to that because it was just taking so much time. And working in the aviation industry, that takes all your time. We're constantly working overtime, and there's just no time to do anything else really. But since I had this surgery, I go, you know what? I'm going to be down for 8 weeks. I'm going to try to make a game in my buddy's honor because, and this hits me hard. This really messed me up in the head, and I'm still messed up from this. And I don't need to get, too personal with things, but I mean, to be completely honest, it's the whole reason why I'm doing this game. Trying to develop this game. It's on a personal level. My buddy, back in November, actually ended up committing suicide. And it really messed with me. It really screwed with my head. So what I wanted to do is continue our game, which obviously I've gotten a new computer since then, and I've lost everything that we were working on, which doesn't matter because we didn't get very far. So I thought I would start fresh and make it in his honor. Now, I don't want to spoil what the game's about because if I can actually be successful with this, I want you to be wondering the entire time what's going on. I want you as the player to feel what I feel in my life because it's going to be based on a true story. And I will say it's going to be a psychological horror because that's what I enjoy. I like psychological horrors, and I feel like that genre will be the best way to express what I am going through, even currently. And I'm trying to get out of this slump. So let's get to it. Let's get out of this depressed mode and get to it. So I started with the first week of my surgery. I started trying to actually start from scratch, create my own level. It was intense too. It was extensive. A big landscape of mountains because I live in Colorado. There's a big truck driving by with big streams and rivers running through that you have to traverse over, and then I had all these different assets because I bought in a couple of Humble Bundle asset packages where I was placing down rundown buildings, and then I was going to furnish those buildings. But it was taking so long, and I know absolutely nothing about game development. So it was just taking so long. I think I've created probably 15 levels that I've just completely deleted. It's just not perfect for me. And I'm the type that everything has to be perfect. So what I ended up doing is I actually bought this asset pack, which I know that's cheating. It's It's the loser way of doing things. But I bought this asset pack. And keep in mind, a lot of this is going to change too. This is still very early. So a lot of these houses are going to be gone. I want to make the backyard, maybe have a little pond with a shed out back that you have to, go to from the house. I'm not entirely too sure yet. I'm kind of trying to focus on the mechanics and the coding more than anything right now. So with this is the house that I purchased, the asset pack. So if I go ahead and hit play from here, you can see that I created a cinematic, which I know absolutely nothing. I'm trying to do all this myself by watching tutorials on YouTube. You can see that I actually created this character's animation right here, and I was actually very proud of this, which there's some things I need to change to make it a little more fluid, I guess. See, it stands up. So what I'm going to end up doing is I want this camera as a cinematic. This is me playing, as you can hear. So I actually ended up coding in those footsteps as well. And I coded in when you start walking on the grass as well. So every different material is going to have its own footstep. And you got to keep in mind, all of this has taken me a little over a week to do, just to the point where I'm at right now. It's taken over a week. And I'm hoping I can start learning a little faster so I can get things done. But if I go back up here and click on this character, or actually, let's go over here. So what I wanted to end up doing is, have a camera at the starting of my game. I want it to, the camera comes down here and it's looking down the road, and then it slowly, here, let me change this, slowly pans down the road, and then it looks at the house, kind of comes up a little bit, and kind of gives you an idea of what we're dealing with. And then it comes inside certain rooms. I don't know if I want to do all of them, but have a cinematic of each of the different areas. Have it panned here. I actually really wanted it over the bed like this. You could see like over the bed. Just a still shot from here. Then you have a still shot from the garage somewhere, and then still shot from another room. And then you go to the starting of the door. That was my physical therapist. I had to set up physical therapy for my arm. So now it's at Wednesday at 8 next week. But anyways, what I was saying is, what I'd like to be able to do is do all those pans and different scenes to give the player an idea of what we're dealing with here. The house, and then end in the bedroom with me sitting down, with my hands on my head, in a place of distress, and then kind of come around somehow, I'm not entirely sure how yet, and pan around the room. And then once I get to my character over here, as soon as they stand up, the camera goes into your head, and now you're the playable character. And I don't know why there's two right here. And this is one that I put in the third-person character. I imported this in. Well, not imported, but I dragged it out. I'm not sure. Maybe I created this one wrong. I don't know. But I can't play as this character, and they stay in the scene after the cinematic. So I have to figure that out. Again, if anyone's watching that has experience doing this, you gotta keep in mind, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm learning all of this from tutorials on YouTube, and just kind of trying to use my brain to think of, okay, how would this work if I do this? And it's me trying to figure things out myself. Now, I will say that there is a fellow, Am Media Games. He has a YouTube channel, actually, and he has been helping me tremendously. Anytime I have a problem, anytime I have something that I'm having trouble with, he's there and he's helping me. And it's fantastic. He has a family, he has a life, he's doing his own things, but he's taking the time out of his day to help me. And I greatly appreciate that. And is along with Tony Shoulders, the guy that created Ethel. He's the one that kind of inspired me to do this. He's the one that was, getting me off my ass to put some motivation underneath me to actually want to do this, because I thought this was out of my league, right? Which it still is. I'm not saying it's not. But even though it's taken me a week to do this, I'm still very proud of what I've accomplished. But you'll see that my character stands up. Again, this is a timeline. I set it because right now, as we're waiting for the character to stand up, we're panning around the world so I can show you the different areas. See, and then you start as your character. See, I'm so confused as to why I'm putting in a third-person character that I want as my... that I want as my start over there. Actually, I want it to start here. Anyways, I don't know. I have to figure this out. But I've gotten to the point to where I can open and close doors with sound, which I was proud of that. That took me forever to do. I have it to where I have footprints throughout the house, or footstep sounds throughout the house. So you can hear the bathroom tile is a different audio, and here's a different audio. Well, it's not a different audio, but I do want to set it to where my carpet has different sounds as well. But I'm very proud of this. Even if I don't get any further with this, which I better. I've spent so much time doing this, I'm not going to stop. But and all these are these white lines. These are just line traces showing me that I'm connecting with a mesh. And that's what's creating my footstep sounds. As you can see, it's green on the bottom side. And I can turn that off, but for some reason I like having it on while I'm playing. I don't know why. I know I have footstep sounds. I just like having it. But when it's green and it comes through, that means I'm successfully interacting, or interacting with the solid material. So I'm gonna come through and change all my lighting, make it a little more atmospheric, make it a little more horror based. Oh, and I do have a flashlight, which again, this is just like a prototype. The level that you see that I've created, I'm keeping this, but everything else is due for change. See, I have a flashlight, works fairly good, which I'll probably increase the intensity, change it up a little bit. And I also have a note system. As you can see, I can pick up notes and put them down, and then they disappear when you're done. So there's not just notes scattered throughout your world, my level. So I thought that was pretty cool that I finally achieved that. And again, thanks to Am Media Games, he helped me with that note system. I just wanted to give a little update on what I've been doing that I'm really excited about. You know, and I think anyone wishes this, but honestly, I wish I could do this as a, make games as my living. But again, everyone wishes they could do that, right? So that's unrealistic thinking. But what I'm really hoping I'm going to be able to do is learn mechanics, learn the coding, get to a point within the next 6 weeks, because I go back to work within the next 6 weeks. I want to get to the point to where I don't have to necessarily spend 10 hours a day trying to code in door blueprints, trying to code in a note, right? You got to think, this is what you see has taken me a week, and that's not very good. But I'm also proud of that. I'm also proud of what I've accomplished. So my goal is to just keep hounding at this for the next 6 weeks and learning the ins and outs of Unreal Engine. That way, when I do go back to work, I'm able to accomplish what I want to accomplish in a decent time frame instead of taking so long on one aspect. And that's another problem that I have too, is I focus on one thing, like this note, for example. I focus on that, and I don't do anything else. I don't take a break from that. I don't go, okay, well, I'm having troubles with this. Let's move on and try something different. To continue the development of this. That's not what I do. It's kind of a bad character flaw, is I focus on this note, and I don't change what I'm doing until I get that note down, until I'm done with this and it's working. If I'm having troubles with something, say this light flickering, which I do want to add some flickering lights. But say this light's supposed to flicker, right? And I can't figure it out. I'm like, man, why can't I figure this out? What I need to do is get to a good point where I'm like, okay, well, let's move off from this and go to something else. Let's start working on this note. Okay, all right, well, shoot, I'm stuck on this note. Let's give my brain a break. Let's start working on the light again. You know what I mean? I don't do that. And I need to start utilizing my time better instead of spending 10, 12 hours a day on one mechanic, one aspect of the game. I will give you a little information about the story. I don't want to give it away, And even when I go to put this on whatever platform I use, itch or Steam, whatever I decide to do, I'm still not going to tell the player the story, because I want you to interpret the story from the start to the finish, to see what you guys think and what you're feeling, and hopefully I can get what I'm feeling into here, into this creation, and be able to transfer my emotions to you guys, which is not a good thing, because the way I've not been okay. I have not been okay. And I'm hoping this will give me some closure on everything in my life. But a little information about the story is, it's going to be a psychological horror that's going to be about you, the player, with the feeling of guilt and isolation. And that's pretty much all I want to say, to be completely honest, because again, I want you guys to interpret the story in your own lives, in your own aspect. And I'm hoping at the end of this game, push forward in life and succeed, get past their inner demons, get past their emotions, which I'm not saying get past their emotions in a bad way. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But conquer the bad feelings that they're having, conquer all the negative impacts that's happening in their life, and look at the positive. Now it's going to be a pretty, from what I want to do, it's going to be pretty morbid. This game's going to be pretty morbid. It's going to be pretty sad, but I'm hoping towards the end of it, things start coming together, and you get a sense of like calming and success, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm not very good with describing stuff like that. I hope you guys have appreciated what I have done so far, and we'll see if I keep doing updates on this. I'm not entirely sure yet. I kind of just wanted to show you guys what I've been doing, the very small community that I have, and I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are very welcoming and loving community so far, just from the comments and stuff. I want some feedback on if you guys think I should keep doing some updates on what I'm accomplishing. There you have it. This is my game that I'm trying to develop. And again, I'll see if I upload updates on it. I'm not entirely sure if I want to or not, but we'll see. But I am glad to somewhat be back to normal. Again, my arm's still hurting. I'm going to try to start uploading some more. I have a lot of time, which I say I have a lot of time, but really I'm on the phone a lot with doctors and trying to figure stuff out with my family. It's been kind of hard. I am going to try to get back to uploading videos. I kind of miss doing it. And now is the prime time to be uploading videos, because then I can spend more time on them since I'm out of work. But then that also comes down to, how do I utilize my time from trying to spend time with my family and doing things with them, to creating this game, to creating videos for YouTube and uploading them. You know what I mean? All of them I enjoy doing. I don't have to do any of that. Well, besides obviously spend time with my family, I don't have to be doing any of this, but I like to. I want to. So it's not really not going to be the best video for creating a game. I know there's a lot out there. I decided to create a game, which is probably what I'll put my title as. It's not the best video, but I just want to let people know what I'm doing, and I want some feedback on it. If anyone else is out there that knows how to do this and sees something that I'm doing wrong, or how I can utilize my time a little better, then feel free to let me know. And I'm all for criticism. If there's stuff that you guys see that is odd or a little different, let me know. I want to know. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope life is treating you good. And I think I am going to try to play a game now. Record a game and edit and upload that. So hopefully I will see you guys in the next video.